So it is Orion Council here. Oh, one moment, thank you. So it is, we are ready to communicate about your energy fields, thank you. There was a shifting in your energy field 2 moments ago. When we consider moments, we are quantifying the realm of possibilities. 2 moments in the quantified realm of possibility in your language is minutes. We want you to know that when you are contemplating every minute, you are participating in, let's say, you are participating in a system where you begin to question yourself at the same time while you release energy. When you question yourself, you are asking higher self, is it alright or should I forget it? There would be a time period when you contemplate questioning reality. There is also the time period when you are asking your higher self, how does this communication happen? And also there is a time period of asking the collective, how do I assist with the process of ascension? Many points of reference in 1 minute, because you are multidimensional beings and we are Orion Council here wanting to assist with this contemplative process. When you are contemplating realities, you are shifting dimensionally. When you are shifting dimensionally, you are accessing new abilities. When you are accessing new abilities, you are quantifying realms of possibility. When you quantify realms of possibility, you look at the clock and say, 2 minutes have passed, and now Orion Council is here. Sometimes we want to communicate about toroidal fields, but today we want to answer your questions. How can we be of assistance? So it is.
Okay, is the council ready for questions?
We are ready for your questions. Thank you. We love you. So it is.
Okay, question number 1. How does one build a conscious relationship with E.T.s that are working directly with you?
1 moment. Alright, we're ready to answer your question. Do build bridges of, or avenues, I would say, because many of you prefer these. You would say a bridge is too difficult to cross, so I prefer the highway. And we are humorous about answering your question, but communication happens when you are expanding your energy bodies to multiple levels simultaneously. When you can hold this in your conscious waking state, you are accessing your own inner self, you are accessing other realities at the same time. How is this possible, Orion Council? When you are accessing possibilities, you are asking your higher self, how does one communicate the potential reality, and how does one communicate the intention, and how does one communicate the love of all that is? These are avenues toward communicating with other beings in other dimensionals. We say this because many of you at this time say, I heard something and I feel it was someone else communicating. We want you to know that simply asking for communication is the first part of accessing other realities. Once you have asked with all of your sincerity to communicate with other dimensionals, you will begin the process of accessing probable realities. When we say accessing probable realities, we mean that you are contemplating the best option for growth for yourself and others. We say that simply accessing avenues of communication is not always the purpose. Alright? Sometimes the purpose is to grow and to understand your reality. There are many ways of understanding your reality. Understanding reality does not require communication with other dimensionals. Some of you are saying, Orion Council, I must communicate with other dimensionals because they help me understand my creation. When you are working with other dimensionals, they have proficiencies in different areas of understanding. Many beings understand fields of consciousness. Many beings understand properties of unity. Many beings understand expansion rates, and many beings understand the difference between physicality and non-physicality. Alright, some of you would say ascension happens with mastery, and we say there are many beings called that. Many of you are familiar with the groups of masters, and these are beings who show that the potential future is very much in alignment with your creation, but you must choose between masterful choices, and you must choose between realities that are benevolent, and you must choose between realities that are in alignment with your environment. We have many answers to this question, so we want to say that to simply answer your question, you must ask, and then you must become aware that you are an infinite being expanding into a point of consciousness which is allowed information. Thank you.
Okay, question. If one has been off the heart grid for a while, stuck, sick, or drained, battling forces that try to take them out, will they be seeing freedom in the near future to get back to their path and calling to their highest good of all beings?
We want you to know that although many on your earth are in alignment with other realities which seem quite confusing to many, what is most important is that you access your own database. Information wants to be communicated from your database, and what we mean by this is you have forgotten that you hold knowledge that others do not. When you access your knowledge, you understand how this reality works according to the collective energy. Once you have understood the collective energy, you would understand yourself. Many of you who are contemplating the self are not understanding collective energy. Many who understand collective energy are not contemplating the self. It is important that you ask of yourself, why have I focused on disinformation? Why have I focused on energies that have to do with realities beyond my own? When you are focusing on realities beyond yours, you feel somewhat out of alignment because you are having to access other books of knowledge, and you are getting information from these books beyond your own scope of knowledge. You are interpreting other languages, and you are communicating with realities that are not necessarily helpful. And we want you to know that although you have these abilities, remember to focus on your database. We feel this was important for certain beings listening to this answer. Thank you.
Question number 4. What is reality like after death?
Hold on, please.
Yes.
Thank you for asking us this question, because we sense that many beings have not quite understood the transition from physicality to other dimensional realities. One moment. As you are recalling the process, some of you begin to feel into the process. What this means is some of you sense, I am going to leave this reality because I'm focusing on the process. We say that won't happen when you are physically fit, and that will not happen if you are in a loving state of your earthly experience. Those with appreciation for earth experience have not to worry about the transition from physicality to other dimensional realities. Inside of you are keys to this transitionary process. Some of you think that when you are non-physical, everything is less exciting. We say that your excitement is always existing, and your excitement remains throughout all dimensions. It is somewhat of a process that is difficult to explain in this recording, but we want you to know that some of you are very much aware of the constant ejecting of consciousness, and many of you are aware of the constant downloading of the energy body, and some of you are very much aware that you are both the other dimensional energy body and this physical self. When you are holding this awareness, moving between dimensions becomes quite an enjoyable process. But we say, remember, you must hold love for your physical experience. Thank you.
Is the sphere being alliance real as relayed through Corey Good?
One moment. We want you to know that there are many beings working with an alliance that is very much in your atmosphere, and there's an alliance that is working closely with this person. The alliance is working with many at this time. This group is important because they are accessing knowledge through multiple realities. They are sensitive beings who are wondering how is this working when one person shares so much information. It is for learning. It is important. So it is. Thank you for asking us this question. Most important to ask this question. Thank you.
Question number 6. How do we best align our 3D self with our 5D self now?
Hold on, please. Thank you. Now we will answer your question. Fifth dimensionality program must be implemented. What is that? It is the program for learning other dimensional lessons. We think that many of you have mastered many three-dimensional lessons. You're ready for expanded versions of them. That is what our answer is, because we sense that some of you say, Orion Council, I want to depart this earth plane because of the lessons, and they are quite boring to me. We say that you are able to fulfill fifth dimensional learning on this planet as that new information. Indeed it is. Many of you have only focused on third dimensionality. We have told many of you are becoming multidimensional beings. What is that? You are loving your physical existence and you are communicating with other dimensional energy bodies. What a learning experience. This is very exciting to share with all of you. Do not forget that you are masterful beings and you are not simply focused here. Thank you.
Next question. How do we tell the difference between anxiety and the energy of E.T.s when they are present, and how do we manage these energies?
Once more, many of you have sensed that you are in communication with other dimensional energy bodies, and so we want you to understand that once again you have learned that in third dimensional reality you are sensitive beings, and you are also learning that energy bodies from other dimensional realities are quite complicated sometimes. So once again you are sensitive to other dimensional energies without language to explain your sensations. What is going on, Orion Council? I feel as if I have tiny bits of pieces to myself that are non-physical, and I am sensing that I am perhaps not a physical vessel. Do I cease to exist with this perception? Quite alright to ask these questions, because there is a chance for humans to recognize that physical existence expands upon itself. What is this, Orion Council? Evolution? Indeed it is, but of an energetic perception, perhaps, because when you are understanding perception, you expand physically. Orion Council, now you are very creative. We say that once you begin to communicate your perceptions, many of you create language to explain other dimensional frequency. What is that? Orion Council, more creative ideas. We want you to know that sometimes you will not understand other dimensional reality programs. Orion Council, why is it I'm working with other dimensional reality programs? You said enjoy physical existence. Perhaps some of you are interested in both at the same time. When you are confused about this, we say, remember, you have access to information within yourselves. Have you enjoyed the process of communicating with your own personal records? Many of you say, Orion Council, accessing my records is something that creative beings do, and I am not a creative being. We think that many of you have created realities in which you are only focused on the creative side of things. Many of you have focused on realities where you have focused on only the physicality. Many of you have forgotten that in order to create physically, you need creative thought, access to your own information, and assistance from other dimensional energy bodies. So, with appreciation and with the recognition of all simultaneously, you become quite masterful beings. Orion Council, now you are speaking of the potential future, yes? We say that you have access to potential futures, but for this moment we say, remember to honor your process of ascension. It is a challenge for many, but it is happening nonetheless, so it is.
Next question. What can we physically do as starseeds to help the planet?
We want you to know that sometimes you have forgotten you've forgotten one another, and we say that when you assist one another, you are sharing information, or when you assist one another, you are communicating that you are wanting assistance. Many of you have forgotten this to ask. You will have contact with other dimensional energy bodies. How about creating physically? Hold on, please. Once again, we want to communicate about the expanding energy bodies during this process of ascension. Some of you would say, Orion Council, how can I be of assistance to others when I am not enjoying physical reality? Alright, let us explain a few concepts. One is that you have access to information within yourself. Another is that you are expanding in your awareness. A third is that you have forgotten how to travel interdimensionally. Many of you must ask permission because you have forgotten to honor physicality. Those who have forgotten to honor physicality have lesser access to information. It is quite a simple process because those who are not circulating energy have stagnation. Alright, so it is.
What is the Orion Council's opinion on the Diviner Sage Salvia Divinorum?
One moment. It is important for certain people to access information. We want you to know that how you access information depends upon many factors on your planet. Some of you have access denied, some of you are given permission. What is the difference? When you are communicating with non-physical, are you allowed information through the use of a certain substance? Are you allowed more information without it? Are you given permission when you are a certain type of being? Do you have abilities when you are using certain groups of biological material? How is it possible? These are your belief systems. It depends. When you have a belief system and you are working with biological substance, you must remember that sometimes you are given permission, sometimes you are not given permissions. It is very simple. And who decides that? You would say, Orion Council, this sounds like I am not creating my reality. Are you giving yourself permission? Are you in communication with other energy bodies in other dimensions? Do you value your life on this planet? We want you to know that all is well in creation. Some of you have forgotten the process of ascension. Many have knowledge of this ascension. You must ask for permission, and you must remember, your love is all that is required for ascension. But you must also behave in ways that focus the information in ways that assist one another in physicality. That is very simple, but it isn't so simple when you believe it is not possible. Thank you.
Thank you.